in 20 games. Can Jurgen Klinsmann's improving US team break that run? Italian-based Michael Bradley, perhaps a key player tonight. It's a long way from home for these fans, but they live in hope of a dramatic win. The setting is the unique and atmospheric Stadio Luigi Ferraris here in Genoa, which staged 4 games at Italia 90, the 1990 World Cup, including a couple of shock wins for a CONCACAF nation in Costa Rica. Hello and welcome. I'm Ian Darke with our leap year birthday boy, Taylor Twellman. Happy birthday, Taylor.
Thank you very much. 8 years old.
Yeah, you don't look it even. But what about, we're talking about leaps. What about a leap in class here for the United States? Wouldn't it be something if they could get a result away to Italy?
Sure. And when you hear Jurgen and his staff talking, and they talk about reality checks and testing themselves on the road, well, it's France and Paris, it's Belgium and Brussels, and it's Italy and Italy. It's a great opportunity tonight for the players collectively and individually to see where they're at. What about Italy? Well, they're a hard nation to beat, but America do have a striker in very hot form in Clint Dempsey. He's on fire, isn't he? I'd say he's on fire.
Yeah.
16 goals in all competitions for Fulham, but it was the game in November against Slovenia where Clint was at his best, finding those spaces in front of the back four, turning, taking players on, and getting on the end of crosses. Tonight, he's got to be active, on the ball consistently, linking up with Jozy Altidore if the U.S. want to come here and surprise the Italians.
And Clint Dempsey is our Gatorade Prime to perform player tonight. As for Italy, World Cup flops, but unbeaten all the way through their European Championship qualifying group. And their new wave includes a rather special player.
Yeah, and a little one. He's listed only at 5'5", 130, but Sebastian Giovinco is special. He's got an uncanny ability to know when, that understanding when to combine with the player top of the box or when to take players on one-on-one and get a shot. The U.S. got their hands full with Sebastian tonight.
And a special night, too, for America's Michael Bradley, Italian-based now at Chievo Verona. Big hit there. They're calling him General Bradley. An Italian job for him tonight out here in what is a key game for him. On the other side of the break, Bob Lee with Steve McManaman and Alexi Lalas with their pre-match comments.
I'm a satellite dish. The only reason you got me with
Howard in goal today for the United States. USA and Italy. It is exactly 100 days until the beginning of both the European Football Championships and World Cup qualification for the United States of America. And good day. I'm Bob Lee, with me, Alexi Lalas, Steve McManaman. We put the band back together from Johannesburg. Good to see. All right, here we are with a great opportunity for the USA. 7 months into the age of Jurgen Klinsmann, with a chance to see he's got 3 of his discovery players, if you will, in the lineup today. What does the United States need to prove today?
You know, I think if you're a U.S. fan and you're watching this game today, this is what you should expect. 7 months ago, Jurgen Klinsmann promised a change in style and a change in mentality. And to borrow his phrase, a more proactive U.S. team.
Have we seen it?
I don't think we have seen it yet. So when you're watching this game, here's a couple of examples. It's not necessarily the final score, but coming out of the back. A commitment to possession, even possession under pressure, to come out of the back consistently and to do it again and again and again and to be successful with it. And then up top, where are they pressuring up top? Are they winning balls in advantageous areas upfield that they can then turn into offensive opportunities?
Talk about advantageous opportunity.
I know.
I'm not going to mention advantageous areas.
Well, it's a big chance for the United States today because they've never defeated Italy. They're playing Italy in a stadium where Italy have never lost.
Yeah, and I agree with Alexi. This is a big game for them, and it's a very difficult game. We know how strong the Italians are. We know how strong they are at home. They have not let a goal in during the qualifications. So this is a big test for them. And I just want to see some positive moves. They played a decent game against France in Paris, but they lost. They were very good away at Slovenia. This is another step up. And I want to see if they can adapt and if they can make problems for this Italian defense.
And if you're going to make fundamental change, then Jurgen Klinsmann was not brought in to beat the CONCACAF teams. He was brought in to find a way to get over that hump, to be able to be competitive against the elite in the world. And Italy is one of them.
This is why he has said, even before he took the match and took the job, I want to schedule matches like this. Yeah. But goes into this match today without Landon Donovan. He's back in the States with bronchitis. Jozy Altidore, he'll be supported, of course, by the incredible play of Clint Dempsey. But there's Altidore, had 2 goals Sunday, but has not been a consistent starter for his team in the Netherlands.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year for Jozy Altidore. He has scored goals, okay? But he has gone through a period where, once again, he's been put under pressure to perform, and to perform during training, and obviously to perform in the game. And that's a good thing. And I think Josie has matured, but still, when we see him out there, especially when he's up there in the lone striker role, he's got to be able to take that pressure, to be able to have that ball, hold the ball up, and then have that Clint Dempsey running in underneath him.
Have you seen enough from him to convince you he can do that?
Recently, yes. I mean, I've seen him in games and he's been a bit hit and miss, Bob. He has. But recently, you know, against decent sides, he's been able to do it, and that's why today is a big test for him. As Alexi said, he's big, he's strong, he's aggressive, he's quick. If he can hold the ball, bring people into the game, get wingers going wide and then get into the box, this is a big, big test for him. It's better playing against the wonderful defenders of the Italian national side than, with all respect, lesser teams in the CONCACAF. You know, this is a big, big learning curve, and he has to improve because he's been an international player for a long time.
One of the guys that will be linking up with him if the USA able to get it going, Breck Shea, who 48 hours ago was with the U.S. Olympic team, but because of Landon Donovan's illness, has been called in. And he is a player, you'd call him a Jurgen Klinsmann discovery. He's elevated,
he's
and he started well, but has he maintained the same pace of play for the national team that he started with?
I wouldn't necessarily he's Jurgen Klinsmann's discovery, say that. I mean, you know, he has been involved in the U.S. national team, but over the last 2 years, when you saw Breck Shea first come into the national team, it was like, you know, a newborn colt stumbling around the paddock, you know, and he is completely matured and changed, and he is Jurgen Klinsmann's guy. To fly him over there and to put him right into the starting lineup, he gives the U.S. width, he takes players on, he's an exciting player right now for MLS and for FC Dallas and for the U.S. national.
All right, the United States lineup, there you are with Altidore, Dempsey behind him, and there's Michael Bradley. And you know, the talk had been Michael had got to go find himself a team and establish himself. Well, he has done so at near the top of Serie A, where you, of course, Alexi, were the pioneer 20-plus years ago with Chievo and with the Flying Donkeys.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's playing well.
He's playing well, and it's been an interesting year for Michael Bradley, where he wasn't playing. He goes to Italy, and he's done wonderfully. He is playing consistently. They love him over there. He is a staple on that team. I think he's also developed. I don't think the red cards and the emotion that sometimes is a problem with Michael Bradley is a problem anymore. So he's developed a maturity. I think he's also developed a restraint in the way that he plays. And maybe it's just specific to that team. But if he can bring that to the U.S. team and pick and choose his moments much more when he's sitting there in that pocket defensively, not that he can't go forward, but once again, picking and choosing when is appropriate to go forward, I think he's learned a little bit of that at Italy. And that, if that can transfer to the U.S. team, awesome.
He, of course, Macca, will know the entire opposition today, the starting side for the Italians, which will include 5 players from Juventus. Of course, they had that controversial draw with Milan over the weekend, and 5 players there that we've highlighted. And where are Italy? We know the disaster they had in South Africa. Where are they? Are they on a road back?
They're on a road back, Bob. I mean, they're talking about a transitional phase, admittedly with the likes of Pirlo and Buffon and, you know, a lot of players like that. These are old-school players who've been in the side for a long time. But the likes of Giovinco, who Taylor mentioned, Matri, you know, these are players who are going to be for the future. And this is probably the first time in a long time that nothing is expected from Italy. All right, they qualified, and they qualified very comfortably. But, you know, everybody in Europe is talking about Spain, Holland, Germany. Yeah. Italy are off the radar. So for the first time in a long time, they can approach a European Championships and go about the business without the pressure that they once had. And it's probably a great, great time for them to be manager and to be an Italian side.
But not on the radar, Mario Balotelli, of course, the explosive in so many different ways Manchester City striker, and Cesare Prandelli did not select him. He says he, meaning Balotelli, still seems a little agitated to me. When I say we have to reach the Euro prepared, I mean I don't want to get there with a squad who don't know how to manage tension and provocation. So basically, Balotelli, is he saying he also didn't select Cassano as well for the same reason?
Yeah, I mean, you can afford to say that here. It's a friendly game. It's against the U.S. But I do think that there is a commitment to bringing a team that's mature, not necessarily in age, but ability this summer. And I do believe that there is an optimism when you talk about Italy right now. And maybe it's reflective of the fact that Serie A over the past couple of years has done some very, very good things and kind of come out of the doldrums. But, you know, this is once again Italy.
And also,
it's all Pirlo, of course, who's the glue holding it all together.
Pirlo's fantastic, but also, Bob, Balotelli's going to be crazy in 3 months. Balotelli's going to be crazy in 2 years.
Basically, it's in the
so
DNA.
So is Cassano. It's born and bred.
As long as he's crazy and scores goals.
Exactly, but he is scoring goals, and he's still not choosing them at this moment in time. So when is he going to choose them?
He scored on the weekend, of course.
Of course
in
he
the
did.
3-0 victory for City. Well, United States women today playing in the Algarve Cup. A team that went to the finals of Women's World Cup 2011 with a 5-0 victory in this exhibition tournament over in Portugal. Alex Morgan with 2 goals. And tonight, the U.S. under-23 men against Mexico in Frisco, Texas. The pageantry of an international, the United States, never having defeated Italy, looking to get a result today and play good football. Back to Genoa on the other side of the break.
We didn't have to.
Italy, and this is one of the greatest stadiums for me, the Stadio Luigi Ferraris, picked out by the floodlights in the seaport of Genoa tonight. Great atmosphere during the playing of the two national anthems. This ground holds 36,000. It's not quite full, but there's an excellent atmosphere here, and it's a chance, Taylor, for the United States team to make a bit of a statement. They've been to France and put in a respectful performance, lost the game 1-0. They lost in Belgium 1-0. Those were decent performances. Can they go one better than that here? It's a long shot, isn't it?
It's a long shot, but isn't that the goal? You go to France, you play in Paris, you play Belgium, in Brussels, and this is a good test for the players to see what they learned from those experiences, move on, but they got their hands full tonight.
There's Michael Bradley.
Loved it, New Jersey.
Yeah. He played here 2 weeks ago and got booked, and that booking earned him a suspension at the weekend, so he'll be plenty fresh for this game, re-established in the starting lineup. It's only the second time he's started for Jurgen Klinsmann.
Yeah, but you saw the effect of Michael Bradley against Slovenia in November. His just smart positioning, the understanding when to play the short ball and getting forward, helping the attack going forward. Michael Bradley's got to be big tonight.
And so will Tim Howard. He might be busy. The goalkeeper winning his 73rd cap. He'll be 33 next Tuesday. What a fantastic goalkeeper he's been for the United States. Jurgen Klinsmann ranks him in the top 5. And this fellow really needs no introduction. Gigi Buffon, who's been around so long that Alexi Lalas was playing in these parts when he started.
I'm going to take the brunt of that when I get home to the States. Thanks, Ian.
He breaks Dino Zoff's Italian goalkeeping record, by the way, tonight with his 113th cap, Buffon. Italy not wearing their Azzurri blue in an all-white outfit tonight. The pitch here in Genoa has been relayed in the last few days as well, but we watched the training on it last night. Seemed to be okay.
Seemed fine. There are some soft spots, particularly in the 18-yard box. Nothing too bad.
And it's Italy who get us underway here. An early touch for the left-back Crescito. It's Ogbonna playing it back to the goalkeeper. He's winning only his 2nd cap and plays in the 2nd division for Torino, one of the new players being looked at by Cesare Prandelli, the coach, who did great things with Fiorentina and has started very well with Italy as well. This is Barzali. Maurice Edu. Edu and Boccanegra, of course, with Rangers, all the financial turmoil going on there. Now then, Matri with a chance almost straight away. Bit of a mix-up there. And the United States defence, that was a nervy moment.
Yeah, Clarence Goodson has to be aware that Matri, the moment that ball's turned over, Pirlo and Nocerino got knocked over the top.
It really was a fine ball as well. He's making his first start up front for Italy. Alessandro Matri scored a 83rd minute equaliser in the big top of the table game here at the weekend for Juventus against AC Milan, a game which was cloaked in controversy. Just wonder what approach the Italians will have to this. It's getting very close to the European Championships now, and a lot of these players will be looking to make a point. They want to make sure of their place in the squad.
Yeah, a lot of players are coming in here like Giovinco, like Matri up front. When there's a lot of injuries, there's opportunities for players to make a name for themselves.
Of course, the USA agenda is the World Cup qualifiers, which start in June. The game against Antigua and Barbuda. Now here's Breck Shea, pulled into the squad late. Dempsey. Fabian Johnson, by the way, being used in the left-back position tonight with Timmy Chandler injured. He has been playing there the last 4 games in the Bundesliga for Hoffenheim, so it's not a completely unfamiliar role. But that is a change. Here's Matri. He's got his own fan club here tonight. Big night for him, that's for certain. Giovinco will find little pockets of space.